let's come on. This is pitch perfect episode. All right, come
Hmm.
on. We gotta think. Like they do the 3, 2. Is it 1, 2, 3? Is it 3, 2, 1 or 1, 2, 3? And
I
they
don't fucking know.
right.
And a one, and a two, and a 1, 2, 3. Ha! Like that.
Yeah, okay, all right. You gotta put the hand in, right? From the
No, I'm not gonna lie. It looks like you're doing something different right now.
what does it look like I'm doing? What? What is oh. Really.
Yeah.
Oh my god, just look at this fucking okay. Then
Can
put
that be
your
the thumbnail?
pitch perfect. And then it's just the okay. Well, we're already in it. I think that
Yeah.
warmed us up well.
Uh,
Oh god.
Welcome back to
Okay.
Stickscast. Nose. We took a nice little 2 week break for Thanksgiving. Um, Feels good. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. This is the second time because we've been doing these so like randomly that I don't have my
Yeah.
actual microphone. But it's
Uh-huh.
it'll be all changed. But no, otherwise I only have one more final project to do.
Oh wow. All right.
Um, so I'm gonna be done soon. I just have a bunch of work, like
Mm-hmm.
work this weekend. But I don't know, quick little fun story. Um, my manager at the end of shift yesterday pulled me aside, and I was super annoyed. Don't like her. Um,
Mm.
and then I was like, she's like, Nils, yeah, can I talk to you for a second? And I was like, oh boy, here we go. Like yeah, I show up kind of late to work, right? Or I'm like, no, I'm gonna show up before. I tell them beforehand, but I still,
Yeah.
it's like, no. And then it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna work these days, right? So, and then they
Yeah.
just
Of course.
fired like 9 people last week. So I was like, all right,
What?
you know what? Let it be.
Why
And
did?
and then
All
she
right.
was like, I don't know what you're doing, but your sales are like off the chart or whatever. And I'm just working at like one of these stands. Have you gone to a Kraken game, Isaac?
No, I've never been
Have
there.
you been to like Climate Pledge Arena
Not
yet?
since they renovated.
Okay. But basically they have like the suites level. So I was working at a stand up in the suite. So like there's not
Mm-hmm.
much foot traffic.
Okay.
Um but yeah, it's just really funny. Like I guess I just did the bare minimum of my job and like watched the Patriots game. But I
Hey,
guess
power to you.
so how was your week though, Isaac?
It was good. We were back in Seattle to watch Pitch Perfect 3
Oh,
over Thanksgiving. That was cool. And then it's a quick trip, just came back. Just been chilling, haven't really been doing much. Just next week is the last week of like lectures, and then I'm in finals.
okay.
So yeah, a little busy, but other than that, doing all right, you know.
Dang. Yeah, no, I got the opposite thing where I don't have any like classes that have exams this quarter. It's probably gonna
Hmm.
be my easiest
Wow.
quarter. But it's still like a bunch of projects and all my professors, because this is supposed to be the dead week and then next
Yeah.
week's exam week. And so they're like, oh well, we don't want you to be too busy on exam week. So we're putting your stuff on dead week. But all my professors did that. So like
Yeah.
mostly everything is just due within this week.
Hmm.
Um, so
All
that's
right.
why I get done like really early because it's like even though I think technically school goes until like the 12th at SU or no 17th, but I'll be done on Monday.
Right.
So,
Okay.
yeah, but yeah, no watching. Yeah, I mean we can. No, we gotta do Burundi. We gotta do quick, bro. We can't just skip it. Have you checked the Burundi headlines?
Nothing.
You saw nothing, or you
I
haven't?
haven't checked anything.
Okay, I'll do quick Google. Um, well, let's see. When it comes to Burundi, what the? Okay, these. Um, let's look at this one.
What'd you find?
Okay, I only clicked because of the website. This is brought to you by Daily Coffee News. Um,
Oh
TechnoServe
wow.
leading 5-year USDA funded Burundi coffee project.
Hmm.
So I guess TechnoServe is a nonprofit. They're funded by the USDA. And yeah, they boost the coffee sector of Burundi. It's called the Burundi Better Coffee Initiative. Uh, It's designed to help 60,000 coffee farming families in the East African country increase their income as well. Whoa, wait, what? How does this? Okay, so they fund. Okay, I'm gonna reread the sentence because it
Okay.
just jumped. So, called the Burundi Better Coffee Initiative. The program is designed to help some 60,000 coffee. Oh, I'm stupid. Okay, this makes more. Okay. Anyways, 60,000 coffee farming families in the East African country increase their incomes while building climate resilience. Okay, I thought I didn't see the coffee farming part, so I was like, why is it coffee? They're just giving money. It's like it's fine, but
Right.
okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, wow, Burundi's been producing coffee. Was coffee one of their like high exports when you
I don't
did?
remember.
I don't
I don't
remember.
remember. I
I don't
remember
remember
gold
seeing
was
that.
50% of exports, and other than that, I don't remember.
Yeah, that's why I'm like I'm surprised. Wow. All right. Yeah, they're hoping to bring up their salary by up to 40 by raise of 40%. Um, while participating the while promoting the participation of women and youth. Um, so does that mean there's the USDA is funding child labor? But I don't know. That's a
It
whole piece of
wouldn't be a
I don't.
surprise, but
Yeah,
you know.
let's not get into that one.
Okay. Yeah. I'm looking at the I found another article while you were talking
Oh
about
yeah,
that.
go for it.
Specifically for certifying land ownership. This was posted by Relief Web. And basically Burundi just seems to be tackling a big issue with oh god, what's it called? Like social cohesion and like, obviously women's rights. Pretty pretty big issue over there. And so for example, what they're doing recently is they've been certifying land ownership with both spouse names. So instead of just the men owning the rights to land, women are now getting, their share. I think it's like a $30 million project. Pretty cool though. It's basically just trying to sort out their big land mess. But so yeah, slow news week for Burundi. Actually, two news stories. That's pretty big.
No,
Won't lie,
yeah,
that's
it's
pretty big.
just a random. It's not that. I don't know, but yeah, no, stuff's going on. I feel like when we were first doing Burundi, it was kind of dead in terms of
Yeah.
news, but now we're getting like, I don't know if Google just knows us now, and now we're.
This
But
podcast has single-handedly brought like Burundi into like the top 10 most searched countries because we have that reach, obviously.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, but that's good.
uh,
Good to
yeah,
see that they haven't like had another genocide. That's always good to hear. Progress is progress. Am I right or am I right, Nils?
no, that hey, zero's better than one. All right,
Mm-hmm.
that's
Exactly.
when it comes to genocide. Let's not have that.
Speaking of genocide, so
Oh,
this week you decided that you wanted to watch not one, not two, but all three Pitch Perfects. And I do want to mention, I also did just see an ad for their new series coming out,
I did too.
um, which looks very promising. And I just, before we get into the nitty gritty, what do you think about that new series?
I don't know what. Okay, here's the thing. I remember what was that during the Thursday night football they were showing the ad for that, or maybe it's Monday night
I
football
think it was
that they
Monday night.
showed it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, Pitch Perfect. But maybe it's saying something about that trailer because I remember the idea of watching that trailer, but I have zero recollection of what any of that trailer was.
Okay.
And I think it's a Peacock exclusive, right? Um,
Yep.
so I maybe yeah, we're doing some great promotion for that show. I I don't know, but honestly, it's interesting, especially when we'll see where the trajectory of this franchise kind of headed to after the third one. I'm really surprised they brought it back.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just because I don't, it's 5 years later. Like I think it's just time to move on. But Peacock's been doing that, right? Like I think they've been kind of bringing back some weird. shows.
Yeah, we ran out of ideas like a while back, so now we're really scraping the barrel. Like Indiana Jones, that also just got announced.
Oh,
Um,
I like how they got revealed. Okay, really quick.
no shoot, yeah.
I think it's cool though. I'm not like hating. Yeah, but that trailer got first revealed at the Brazilian Comic Con or whatever.
Yeah.
That was kind of funny. I was just like, oh, I mean, but I do forget like Brazil has like a really big impact on like global market or like
Mhm.
media consumption or
Yeah.
whatever. But
No, it's yeah.
they almost stopped the Xbox Activision merger, but now the EU
Yeah.
is going to do it. So, um, yeah. So yeah, the Indiana Jones. Sorry, what other things were you going to say?
No, no, I mean it's just, we're running out of ideas and uh it's reboot on top of reboot on top of reboot right now. We don't have a lot of room for original stories that are really like franchise makers.
Mm.
I think that the ones that we do have are in the format of TV series or like streaming series. I think that the age of like movie franchises, new movie franchises, because obviously like Star Wars is they haven't really made a new movie in a while. But you know what I mean? Like we probably won't see another like um we probably won't see another completely original like trilogy in our lifetimes, I would say. Um
I would disagree. I think there's also one
really
actually coming. Dude, literally Glass Onion just came out. Like, and that's a completely original trilogy. And they're gonna do another one. That is literally like a very original comedy. It's not
it's
even
like the
like
same thing
superheroes.
as like Death on the Orient Express or Death on the Nile.
No, it's
It's
not. That's the
it's a
whole
who done
thing.
it. It's
No,
a
it's
who
not.
done it,
Isaac,
Nils.
did you watch the first Knives Out?
Yes, I also watched
Yeah,
Murder on the Orient
because
and
yeah, well,
Murder
those
on the
ones are like
Nile.
classic, like they're based off like those boring like British detective books, right? These
Yeah.
are original stories, and the first Knives Out is like a flip on that formula. Like that's the whole purpose is that it's like still like a commentary on shitty like American contemporary societies.
I don't know,
Like,
man. I don't see
dude,
that being like major. I mean, I'm not saying it's not.
dude,
I'm not saying
Knives
it's
Out
not
was
big,
the biggest
but it's like,
movies of like the
well, yeah,
2010s.
but like no one's like no. What I mean is like like for example, for like Star Wars, for example, right? That's by far the biggest like just completely original like franchise that started off in cinema, right? And so it's just like yeah, so like it
Well, actually, if we're
to
gonna go
this
by your
degree, it
logic, it's technically
completely
not that original.
dominated. What do you mean?
But Star Wars, I mean, that's literally just like Kira Kurosawa, Seven
All
Samurai.
right, is it
Like,
based off of a book?
no, and
Okay.
neither is Knives Out.
Um, I never said Knives Out was based on a book. What I'm saying is like just to have the cultural impact that, for example, Star Wars had, which is like it completely dominated media, completely dominated toy sales. I mean, like Star Wars was still super popular like 13 years after it released, and that's why they made the prequels, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, it continued to be super fucking popular until they made the sequels. And obviously, there's stuff in between that, which probably kept its popularity up. But like it just like to have like that amount of impact, Knives Out just doesn't have.
Oh
Like
well, yeah. Compared
people
to
will
yeah, well, yeah.
people
Star
will
Wars is
like
like
kill
so much more
themselves for more
commercial.
Star Wars. No
Yeah,
one's gonna kill themselves for another like Knives Out.
I mean, I'd also I want to make a I'll rebuttal with this also. Like in terms of like now we have so much access to content. Like yeah, there's still like reboot culture, right? And it's dog shit. But I also think like the reason why like those like Indiana Jones, Star Wars, those movies like had such a big following is like it's not that the competition was it was just more there like was a much smaller access to media,
Yeah.
right? So it's like it's the blockbuster, right? Like if you want to go see the movie, you got to go to the movies. And Star Wars still has like amazing practical effects, so then people latched onto it,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like it's harder now to like reach like those Star Wars levels now because there's just so much access to so many
Yeah.
like different platforms and
Yeah, I agree.
movies. So, because I still feel like there's plenty of original stuff that's like franchisable in a way. Even though and there still is also just a huge blight of just like unoriginal trash
Mm-hmm.
that also comes out. But um I don't know. We'll just have to see how Avatar 2 does. So
That's fair. No, that's fair. If Avatar like 2 like performs really well, I'll eat my words right there. But I think it's gonna flop. So
I actually
I
don't
haven't met
know.
I haven't met one person who's like super excited to see it.
Yeah, it's like it's
It's been
just
so
there.
long. It's been like
Yeah.
10 years, man. It's been too long. But
So
yeah,
yeah, I mean, I don't
first one
even
was good.
know.
I'm not gonna go see the second one in theaters though, unless it gets like amazing
Oh,
reviews.
I'm Zach and I are seeing that in theaters
Oh,
easily.
nice
It's
man.
Avatar 2. We got get ready. Um, holy shit! How did we do?
Anyway,
Catch.
speaking of iconic franchises and trilogies, Pitch Perfect trilogy was Nils's choice for this technically 2 weeks. And Nils, what really led you to what led you to choose Pitch Perfect? Because it is a
Um,
unique choice. I will say that with confidence.
I don't even know why I picked it. I don't know. It's also I want to make sure we balance out. I think that we are on a very not I mean not that it really matters, but we are on this line. We are two white dudes hosting a podcast, right?
Yeah,
We gotta be a
gotta
little
spice it
careful.
up.
So we haven't even really chose I don't think we've chose anything from like actual like um black or female like director. Oh wait, no, Pitch Perfect 2 is made by or directed by, but like
Doesn't count. Shut the fuck up.
yeah, like
That doesn't
yeah,
count.
no, it doesn't count. Like we haven't actually. I mean, like I guess the close. Anyways, it's just just to broaden, but not that's not saying that like Pitch Perfect is actually like anything uniquely feminine. Maybe I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Okay, it's exactly there we go. This is like two dudes hosting a podcast talking about feminism. No,
All
but
right.
yeah. So I think maybe that's why I picked it. I don't. What were our previous movies? Oh, it's also like Hitch was our last
Mm-hmm.
movie. Like that was
Right.
okay. That was it. It's like we need to fucking counteract Hitch hard, especially after watching it.
Mm-hmm.
It's also one of those like I think it's been a while since I liked doing the Planet of the Apes trilogy
Mm-hmm.
video.
Yeah.
So that was kind of fun. And so I was like, oh, we should do another one, but like what's one that's not because most trilogies I feel like are like each movie is 2.5 hours, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then it's just like, God. But I was like, oh, Pitch Perfect. Those are all like an hour and 20, can breeze through them. I feel like they're like a Thanksgiving family movie. Um, but like in a way, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Um, but yeah, should we go right into the first movie just to kick things off?
Yeah, I think I'm fine with that. Yeah, let's do it.
Unless, oh yeah, I mean, unless you had anything else to say before, like just about. Okay,
Nope.
cool. Yeah. So unless Isaac, do you have the plot synopsis? Here, I got it.
I don't have it up right now. And also for one, are we going in order?
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, let's start at three, then start. Yeah, I mean, no, let's just go one. I was gonna say like going 1 to 3, it's just gonna end more and more negatively, but that's just how life works. So,
Mm-hmm.
Pitch Perfect came out in 2012. Uh, oh, this is Letterboxd's description. Get pitch slapped. College student Becca knows she does not want to be part of a clique, but that's exactly where she finds herself after arriving at her new school. Thrust in, thrust in among mean gals, nice gals, and just plain weird gals. Becca finds that the only thing they have in common is how well they sing together. She takes the women of the group out of their comfort zone of traditional arrangements and into a world of amazing harmonic combinations in a fight to sorry in a fight to the top of fuck in a fight to the top of college music competitions. I I don't know who wrote this synopsis. This is kind of a shitty synopsis. I don't know
Okay.
about like first off, like I like how my voice fucking cracked just reacting to that. But like the whole thing was that like Becca's whole thing isn't that she wouldn't be part of a clique. She just didn't want to do college. Like,
Yep.
all right. And then there's no mean gals in that movie. I mean, you can argue that the top one, I forgot her name. um whatever her name is, the leader, like I guess she's kind of mean, but like I don't know, it's just like
It's what you would expect. Yeah.
yeah. It, and the only thing they have common is how they sing together. I don't think that was really ever like a local point. I get it. In the movie.
Shut the fuck up.
And then like I don't yeah, so anyways, Isaac, what did you think of Pitch Perfect?
Um, I thought it was, for me, it was surprisingly good. I actually enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was funny at some points, but also I also want to say Rebel Wilson was only paid $65,000 for this, and I think that's just like wild.
That's crazy,
Because
actually.
in my opinion, I think in the whole franchise, Rebel Wilson is just like the best character. Um,
Wow.
oh well, what do you think?
Whoa.
What she
Okay, I
is?
don't. Here's the thing. I think Rebel Wilson, the first movie, is pretty good, right?
Okay.
Um, the other two movies, for me, I am the definition of indifferent about her, right? Like that right? Like the opening Pitch Perfect 2, like with her whole, I'm like, what's going on, right? But based off what I've seen from the Pitch fandom, I don't know what you would call them. I can't think of like a musical
The pitch stirs. The pitch stirs. I feel like that sounds right.
or like what would be like the fandoms? What's an like a musical term that starts with an F?
The Aka
Um,
fan base.
that's pretty good. Aka fan
The
base.
um.
Wait, hold on. Isaac, I'm googling
Let me
it now.
find. Let me find a musical thing starting with the letter
Oh,
F.
I mean, no, it's so
Uh,
stupid.
they could be the Fiddlers.
Oh, that's good.
They could be the Fair Kiwi.
Okay,
I don't
let's
know
get
what that
up.
is.
I
Um,
was I was gonna say they could.
the Fandromboa. Um,
I was gonna say they
the
could be like
accordion.
the
Oh,
F
sorry.
F note. That's it.
Yeah, I don't know a lot
Anyways,
about music.
from what I've seen from the fandom, the Aka fandom,
Hmm.
Aka fans, is that they hate Rebel Wilson in these
Yeah.
movies.
Hmm.
So I kind of like that you like her in them though. That I because
Yeah.
I wouldn't disagree with you. I was indifferent about her. I think she's still good in the first movie though.
I will say, I think that the reason I think that is that like everyone else kind of just seems like really sporadic and consistent and just like not really significant besides like Becca, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think that like being like the main, obviously not a main character, but being like the main side character helped. And also I like obviously I think it's like really gross like how because these were made in like the 2010s, right? I think the first one's actually made in like 2009. Or am I tripping?
2012.
2012. I'm definitely tripping. But they were made in like the 2010s, right? And like that was like that was when like I would say it started like to decline, but like it's just like all the like it just a lot of the humor they tried making with her character was just like based on the fact that like she's like fat, right? That's like
Mm-hmm.
that's a lot of the jokes, and obviously that felt forced and that took away from a lot in my opinion. But it's just like I don't know. I just really don't like that trend because it's a lazy and b it's also like really toxic. So
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of that. But even with that, she was I forget her name, the character's name, but Rebel Wilson's character.
Fat Amy.
Um, yeah, there you go, Amy. Still like probably the most entertaining person. Like her whole thing, it wasn't her whole like arc, if you want to call that. It wasn't like a
Mm-hmm.
feel good thing. It wasn't anything normal. It was just like, yeah, like whatever you think is gonna happen next. No, I'm gonna have daddy issues in the third film. I'm gonna like stop a kidnapping. I'm gonna do everything, and then like I don't know. I just felt like having like a consistently like inconsistent character, if that makes sense, was really fun.
Okay. I can see that. That is it is funny that you don't like the fat part of the character, but that's like
That
I
is,
feel like that's the
yeah, that's the
most
part that they focused on. Yeah, which is
yeah.
really funny. Yeah, you're completely right. I just like,
Uh,
eh,
yeah. Yeah. I don't know. So, cause yeah, so for me, well, also when I picked these movies, I thought I would like. I remember watching the first one when I was younger, and I liked it. Um, when I watched, I I don't know. Thought it was like fine, but
mhm.
then some of the like edgy humor, it literally is. It's just it's not even like have any taste. It's just offensive. And then there's
Yeah,
some tropes in there, like I don't know, like you have the classic where it's a if there's a gay character in the movie, then that means they're immediately like predatory
yeah,
of them. So yeah, you're like, and of course, so I don't know. And then it's like it's interesting that it's like it's the one black character is also the queer character who is like also a predator, and then
hmm,
everyone else is like a white woman in the first. So it's like, and then it doesn't help once they add other like women of color because then they just use them for more stereotypes. And yeah, we'll get to that later. So like I don't know, and I feel like a lot of like there's a lot of young women that watch this movie, so I kind of feel bad if you're like
yeah,
13 queer and like I don't know your friends watching this and they have like they'll ease I don't know like they might get this interpretation of you as being like I don't know I feel bad for queer people from this
yeah.
movie.
They definitely, I would say they definitely weren't represented well.
No,
So
because it's just not even like funny. It's just like, and then even it's like, oh, then the joke is she's a predator. It's just it's not a good joke. Like I
yeah,
don't know, and but I. It's not even me. I don't even feel like I'm nitpicking because that's literally all of her scenes. So like, there's a
hmm,
lot of scenes of that. Um.
yeah,
So and then I found Becca to be so annoying in this movie.
yeah,
Oh my god! Like I thought people were also aware, but then when I like saw what people thought of this movie, not many really complained. So I was like,
hmm,
oh, I get, but like she's just so whiny, and it's like, oh, I'm quirky, and it's just like, bro, shut the fuck up. I
yeah,
like so I don't know. Do you agree with me there, Isaac, about Becca?
yeah. No, I do. I think that like obviously it's like a main character syndrome thing where like they can't be like perfect or anything. So like yeah, and when you're trying to pick a flaw, it's like it says my meeting will end in 10 minutes, bitch. All right, we might have to restart this.
Oh no, that's I was so. Oh, really quick. I think the strat is Isaac. So once it ends, I'll start a Zoom meeting. So then you
Okay,
can still join because I think it's gonna process, but you can still join because you're not the one recording it, and then I can
cool.
record it.
All right, works for me.
Okay.
But
Sorry. Yeah,
like
back to
yeah,
you.
like obviously I think that like that's a big thing because like they made a perfect character and then they're like, all right, how are we gonna make her not? How are we gonna make her flawed, right? Because no one wants to
Hmm.
watch some fucking stuck up bitch. Um, but I think that like going back to like where they drew because they're comedies. Um, and I think like going back to where they drew their sources from, like most of the time, like you said, really just poor. Like most of the time, not even funny, right? And then I will say, and they drew in it a good amount, but I really wish they drew in it a little more. Just like if they really just like honed in on like even I don't care if they would have overdone it, but I don't think they did it enough. Like if they really just honed in on just how fucking weird these people are, it would have made it like so much funnier. Because like obviously, listen, you got the whole like theater kids, like acapella group like stereotypes. It's like oh yeah, they're really fucking weird, right?
Yeah.
And if they just kind of like expanded on that more than they did, it would have. I feel like that would have made a lot of progress. But like they looked for other avenues of entertainment, which it was lame. But going back to Becca, like again, listen, like she's like, "Oh, I'm really talented, but we're a family, and family doesn't do that." Like, no, no, like the general rule is like it's just
I
She's stupid, man.
I
She's
don't know,
just
it's just
stupid.
dumb. Like, and you got like obviously your protagonist can't be like perfect, but like I haven't taken a screenwriting class, but I know that was like done the laziest way you
Oh
can.
yeah.
And it's just like I don't know. Oh my gosh, could you hear that?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, that was Thora just sign. No, like there's just something about it. Like I don't know. And then oh, my dad wants me to call it. Like the conflict is so like
Yeah.
whatever. Like shut up. I
Hmm.
don't. And then she's just like going to a club fair and she's sulking the whole time. It's like, bro, I don't even know. And then, yeah, it's just and then the whatever the cup song. I'm not even. That's
Give him a
iconic.
second.
Yeah. Oh, wow, Isaac is gone.
Still
What
here.
time? Oh, Isaac's still here. Oh, he's just moving around. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm opening my window, man. My unit is too hot right now.
Yeah, so like I get it. Cup song's iconic, but like, yeah. So, I yeah, I don't know. You have any other thoughts on first Pitch Perfect, Isaac?
It's what you would expect. It's what you would
Yeah.
expect. That's it.
So yeah, I think most people still have a good time. There is the Aka excuse me is invented into this, and that
Yeah,
Aka
that's true.
excuse me is really funny. And then
It's the
like
franchise.
yeah, oh yeah, well you know that phrase carries the catch for the whole and oh and then I'll say this because before we get to the next two, um, even though like this, it still feels like its own movie. Like Pitch
Mm.
Perfect, I feel like actually has somewhat like it has an artistic identity. I don't really like it, but I can see why a lot of people might like it. Actually, I kind of don't, but I whatever. I respect it. Like even the way it's shot, it has its own like warmth to it, and maybe it's just because I watched it, but I no, it's not because of that. But like I don't know, it's shot well. The music scenes are like it's edited consistently, pacing's consistent. It's just a good old fashioned comedy, right? With acapella. Um, but as opposed to the next two movies, especially the third movie, it just becomes more like I don't know, just there's no like heart to the next two as opposed to
Yeah.
this. I think there's some heart to this that you can argue about. Like, and I know a lot of people, okay, let's talk about the love and Jesse. Is that his name?
Jesse.
Uh
Yeah.
God, I think maybe this is I don't know if he'll disagree. So like he's a film bro, right? So it's like that's cool, right? Oh, awesome. But like, dude, and I get it. It's like they probably chose movies that like the studio owns and they want to advertise, right? But it's like,
Yeah.
bro chose the most like basic movies ever made, and then it's just like I don't know, like Jaws. Like, yeah, Jaws is cool, but like that's your favorite movie of what were his favorite movies of all time? I was just like Jaws, The Breakfast Club, but like you didn't even grow up in the eight. Like I bet I watched Breakfast Club like a while ago. It was good from what I
Hmm.
remember. But like if you didn't grow up in the 80s, that movie cannot be your favorite movie of all time. Like you're lying to yourself. That movie's not that good. All right. So then just don't you whatever like Becca singing it. Like most people really like that. Isaac, if you liked it too, that's cool. I was just like, whatever, dude. This guy's lame. He's just choosing the most. Just, I don't even know. But have you seen The Breakfast Club? Isaac?
No.
Yeah, I don't. People are always like, oh yeah, and then he goes like that.
Born in the 21st century.
Yeah, exactly. Like Jesse, he was probably born in like 1992. He was
Yeah.
still so whatever. So yeah, that's Pitch Perfect one. Isaac, what would you give it?
I'm trying to think of what I did give it. Probably like 2.5, maybe two, but maybe 2.5. I would say like it was okay.
Dude, you gave it a one on Letterboxd.
Oh, that's definitely different then. Yeah, that fits though.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah, I gave it a 2.5. So, it's probably a 3, but like there's some jokes that are just like around the tropes that there aren't actually funny.
I was not
I laugh at
engaged
the
watching it.
commentator jokes, but I don't even know if those are really that clever. But like those ones I'll laugh. I'm talking about other than those ones. Like
Okay.
yeah. So it just feels kind of dated, but also like it's not even funny. And we're back with Pitch Perfect 2. Um Isaac, what are your thoughts on Pitch Perfect 2?
Better. Definitely better than the first one in my opinion. What did I think I gave it like 2 stars. Um, there's a lot to talk about, like specifically about the film, but as a diehard lifelong Packers fan, I think seeing just like the old gang together for this was really special. This is what 2015, I feel like.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. So this is like prime years, and it was cool. A little glimpse into the past before everything was
I don't
broken.
know if you. So I just want to make sure if someone was listening to the 2015 Green Bay Packers are in this, but it's like I only recognize two of them. Was it all Packers in that acapella group?
Let me make sure.
Because yeah, there was Clay Matthews, who was a linebacker.
Holy
And
shit!
then,
Yeah, no, I think they all are actual Green Bay Packers.
wow.
They have, let's think. So that's Corey Linsley, I think, and that's Brian. That might be Brian Balaga. God, he looks different. Clay Matthews, D-Bach, and I think that's Josh Sitton. Yeah. Oh
So
no,
is that
That's Don Barkley. Not it's not. Yeah. Okay. So
what
it's
position's Don Barkley?
guard, I think.
So it's just all offensive linemen and then Clay Matthews.
Yeah, yeah. And this is Corey Linsley. Actually, is that Corey Linsley? I don't think that's Corey Linsley. That might be,
I feel like that would be
who is
too
that?
long ago for it to be
That's
Corey Linsley.
Jordan. Yeah, it's Jordan someone. I don't remember exactly who that is. But yeah, so
But
Clay Matthews is the big one. And then Josh Sutton, Sitton, sorry, Josh Sitton. He used to be our right tackle. No, he was our fuck. I think he was our guard because it we had Balaga on the right, um, D-Bach on the left, and then sitting as a guard.
mhm.
So it was good seeing those guys. It's been a long time, and I
And
think that yeah, it was cool.
I'll let you. I was gonna just give even more context. They're like an acapella group and like an underground acapella meeting or like not meeting. It's like a
Riff off,
yeah. Uh,
which is like a fight to the death for acapella. So
yeah, so that let's talk about the riff offs, right? Because the first one, that one feels the most. What you don't want to talk about the riff off?
man, I hate the riff
I
offs.
do, I do hate them, especially the first one because it's just like, oh yeah, we're at the top of the world, right? And then, oh, but like at least the first one, it feels like, oh no, it just kind of feels normal. The second one, it's just so obvious, like, okay, we need this riff off scene, so we're gonna have them go like to David Cross's basement. And there's no like there's no point to. I mean, I get like then you have like the DOS machine or whatever, the DOS sound machine, the German people there.
Yeah.
But it just gets lazier and lazier, and then we'll talk about the third one. But it's like, oh my gosh. But and that girl, who's the new girl, like the freshman in Pitch Perfect 2 is so
Oh, Haley
annoying.
Haley
Because
Steinfeld. Yeah.
like the songs, I think in that riff off are at least a bit more fun, or it might
Okay.
be a bit better, maybe. But they had to end it the most annoying way possible, where that girl's like, "Oh, I'm gonna." She's singing an original. She's like, "Oh, I was just singing original." It's like, dude, who asked? Like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, like you would just get. Ooh, that irritated me so much.
Hmm. Okay. I think that you know, when you look at the underlying themes of the movies, the first one's pretty straightforward, right? And
Yeah,
then the third one is pro-US military propaganda for the
yeah.
military and complex. And I'm sure we'll get to that. But for the second one, I thought it was really interesting because it for me it felt like a World War II interpretation. because they're fighting the Germans,
Oh.
And I thought a little bit late to the fight, a little bit of controversy, but we came up victorious, and I think that says a lot. I think that says a lot.
There weren't any Russians in this though, so that's the only thing. Maybe Fat Amy was the Russian.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. I don't
That's
know.
just
And
my
we didn't
interpretation.
even say like I don't know, the plot is just like, oh, they're like good, but then Fat Amy shows her private parts to the Barack
Yep.
Obama. That is a real
Yep.
scene. Um
Hmm.
and so then they get canceled. I love how, like that no, they got canceled, and so then like I don't know what they were like couldn't perform. So then we watched this like a week and a half ago. I already forgot.
Yeah.
But so then they need to perform at the world stage to like come back,
Yeah. In
and
order to
then they're
get
like,
reinstated, they have to win the
yeah,
world
I don't
championship.
even know. And then they go up against like the Germans, the DOS sound machine. So um, but what do you think of the songs in this? I low key forgot.
No,
No, yeah,
I
same.
don't even remember, man.
Same. I was gonna say, I think that actually is kind of a good thing to realize, or like that's actually good conversation there. 'Cause, like
Yeah.
that, you really in two and three. I don't remember. I remember one and three, but it's for a different reason. Like they're just not memorable. Like the songs themselves, especially in the second one, there's no like plot related or like to them in a way. So you don't feel as much of an emotional attachment. So I really just don't remember any of the songs. Um,
It's concerning when your movie's about singing.
yeah, because I don't even think it's an issue of like, oh, they sing so much, you forget. I just
Yeah.
like there's just nothing in that movie. But yeah, and that kind of starts to get where I was saying where it's just like I don't know, this movie felt much more as like a catch grab. And they're just like, oh, well, we gotta make Pitch Perfect 2. Um, it's still like it's okay. The third one, then that looks awful. But like,
Mhm.
I don't know. It's not very good. I'm surprised why you think this one's better than the first, though.
I didn't like the first one, man.
No?
And like it follows a trend of like generally speaking, I like the sequels more. Like
Yeah.
specifically the second movie more. And like I think that's a trope that I follow a lot for like for example, like television. I'm a big believer that the second season is always the best season. I think that normally the sequel's always the best one. But I don't know, I just feel like they can kind of get more creative. And it's
Hmm.
not like the issue I like, for example, with trilogies, that my big issue is like, okay, so you have to like make a really big expanding story in the first two films, and then you got to start contracting in the third,
Yeah.
and you have to fully just close it, right? And I think that having like a second movie, you're not limited in that sense because you're just
Hmm.
trying to make it really as big as you really want it to be naturally, and you don't have to like force anything, none of that. So I thought just generally speaking, I do like the second film more, and that definitely helped trigger.
Okay. Because yeah, I would definitely agree. Where like sequels or like the second film always has so much like if you have the right intentions with it, it can do so much with it because it's like you already have got the annoying work of like making the audience care about your characters right or kind of know the world. You get that done with, then
Yeah.
you're able then maybe expand on those characters more or react with like the goal they accomplished in the first one, expand the world building a bit. Um, so um, but if they don't do it right, then it's like, oh. And I think like the Picture Book 2, there's some things like at least they expand the world building where it's like, they do the world competition this
Mhm.
time. And but like no, they did it. I don't know. It's like it was fine. I like low key was kind of disappointed by the ending. I don't remember any of the songs, but I remember they just did like one song and then they're all just singing different languages. And I think on
Yeah.
paper that's pretty cool, but it wasn't really executed that well from what I
Mhm.
remember.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, I don't know. I think I may have though rated it the same score. Okay, I gave it the same score though. So I don't know. Yeah, no, the second movie is just like bleh.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I feel that, man.
yeah. Any more thoughts on the second Pitch Perfect? Well, what score did you give it?
2, I think.
Oh, moving up, moving up. Well, let's see.
Twice as good as the first one.
All
But yeah.
right. Well, let's see if that trend continues with Pitch Perfect 3.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Oh, I also
It's okay, give this one.
we skipped the synopsis for the second one, but I don't think anyone really cares.
No one gives a shit, yeah.
Yeah. So the third one came out in 2017. Directed by Trish See?
Yep.
Last Call Pitches. That's a good one.
Yep.
After the highs of winning the world championships, the Bellas find themselves split apart and discovering there aren't job prospects for making music with your mouth. But when they get the chance to reunite for an overseas USO tour, this group of awesome nerds will come together to make some music and some questionable decisions one last time. Well, I can open if unless you have like big hot take you want to start with this third film.
Yeah, I would actually love to. I will say I think that it's admirable that they decided to at least have a hint of realism when deciding the plot of this movie, as in you know, yeah, it's cool. You did a lot of singing stuff, but unless you're like good enough to really get into like the professional landscape,
Yeah.
like it's not a waste of time because like obviously like your personal experience is hopefully good enough that it's like, yeah, I would do it again. But
Mm-hmm.
it's detrimental in some cases.
Yeah. No, yeah, totally. I mean, because see, that's the same thing. Like, I think when it opened, I was like, oh, there's some promise here. Like, what do they have now? They're done with college. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of fun. It's a really great setup. But I think you agree where it's completely butchered by them doing a USO tour.
Yeah.
It's
They
that's
call it.
so weird. I like they must have
Yeah.
gotten money. Like we were talking about this when we were watching this movie together. But like it's just so out of nowhere that like the military is a main part of this film. It's
Yeah.
so weird.
Yeah. Mhm. And
Um
they just kind of ship it off as, oh, it's her dad. And he got them on a USO tour, and it's like, okay.
yeah, like I'm really quick. I'm just googling to see if there was anything online like a conspiracy theory to that. Give me
Yeah.
1 second.
No, go for it. Yeah, yeah. Well, Nils is doing this. Big fantasy football week, guys. I right now have the last spot in the playoff, but if I lose and Dimitri wins, then I'm out of it. If he loses, I'm in. If I win, I'm in. So any prayers would be appreciated. Um, it's been a wonderful season so far. It'd be a shame to have it end here, and I just appreciate all of your support. Yeah.
What the fuck?
What'd you find?
Oh
Please
my
tell me it's
god.
something good. Please tell me it's good.
Okay. I think this movie got transformed. Um
Oh yeah, no. Did you not know? Yeah,
well yeah.
yeah,
But like
dude. They had the voice of Anakin Skywalker play a handsome, like young member of the United States Armed Forces, and
yeah.
he was like, "Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm basically just gonna go to all these fun places like downtown Spain, France, Italy. Maybe I don't think it was Italy actually. Like it's like, oh, it's a European vacation, and this is my job. Yeah, no shit, it was transformed.
Yeah, because they're thinking it was just, it's like in the military outreach program. Because I
Psyops,
mean,
bro. It's the psyops.
yeah, like what the that's just so weird. Yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking. Oh, like I love the Pentagon definitely thought of this because they're like, okay, we got Transformers, we're reaching out to the boys. We need to get the girls. And so
Yeah.
that makes sense though, because like Pitch Perfect is probably one of the bigger, like, which I feel women deserve better, but like
Yeah, they
Pitch
do.
Perfect being probably one of the biggest like feminine franchises of the 2010s.
Yeah.
So that totally makes sense that they're like Pitch Perfect was like or the military is like, oh, this is a great way to get women to join. Um, it is so random. And it feels it as random as you would think when you're watching the movie, because
Mhm.
80% of the movie is them on this tour, and there's not really like a point to it. Like when they're in the setting of college, like in the first movie, it kind of goes with the movie, right? It's just weird.
Oh man, no, yeah, I'm looking at because I decided to because based on what you just said, I wanted to really see like what was there. So I looked up like the most like 10 the quote this is from the Economic Times. 10 of the most well-known women-led film franchises, right? Um, and it's like there's actually 11, but uh I'll tell you right now. God, there are so many ads. Holy shit. Why is my ad blocker not working? So number one is just the 25th. It's the most recent James Bond, which that's number one. Number two is the Bridget Jones series, and then number three is Resident Evil. Uh,
Oh,
number four is Scream. You'll love this one. Number five is Wonder Woman. Six is Lara
uh,
Croft Raider. Seven is Scary Movie. Eight is the Twilight series. I don't know how this is this low. Actually, this should be number one. The Hunger Games franchise. The Hunger Games
okay.
franchise should be number
That
one.
should be number one. Yeah.
10 is Charlie's Angels, and 11th is Kill Bill, which again should be higher. That's insane to me.
Hmm.
That's insane. But yeah,
Dang.
not they're not getting much.
Yeah,
It's
women deserve that.
they
That is
deserve
so
more.
bad.
They deserve something at least. Like Hunger Games, that was good, but they need more than a trilogy, right? I mean,
Yeah.
oh
Well,
goodness,
there's no
that
way the
sucks.
U.S. is gonna be able to break the Pentagon's gonna be able to do their military outreach in the fucking Hunger Game franchise. So they're like, yeah,
Yeah,
our next the
yeah,
second best
it's
option.
anti.
I
Yeah,
know, yeah,
no,
it's literally
no
anti-UN.
chance. I think Resident Evil also like borders on that line where it's like, yeah, the government does some weird shit sometimes.
Yeah, it's literally like anti don't trust corporation government. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I need to watch Kill Bill though. That's a good. I need to watch Kill Bill.
Have you seen it or you just want to rewatch it?
Nope, never
Oh,
seen it.
that could be that. I mean, like Demi would hate us, but like that would be kind of a fun like sticks cast. It's just like a
What would
movie.
Damien hit us?
He hates Quentin Tarantino.
What? I've never known that. Really?
Yeah. Well, he
Why?
mainly just hates like what's his most like Pulp Fiction. He hates
Okay.
that movie. Um,
That's such a Dimitri movie, though.
I don't know, but so like
What?
I don't know, we can decide later. But yeah, if you want to do Kill Bill, I'm down.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, so back to Pitch Perfect 3. I mean, there's really nothing. This movie has nothing. It sucks. It's just and now when I was saying it, like it looks bad. It's not shot well. The acting's just lazy. Oh, I meant to say, but like Becca, her like arc, she has the same arc in all three movies where it's like, oh, I'm talented, but like, should I
Yep.
be in this acapella? They just keep rehashing
She
that.
develops and then she reverts.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, the third one, she's supposed to be like now a star, but like, I don't
No,
know. I
she's
don't
coming
care.
back in the series. She's gonna be like, yeah, just got out of rehab, guys.
Yeah.
The professional life it wasn't working out. DJ Khaled's a piece of shit who has no talent. Um, and it's gonna be bad. But you know, work with what you
Yeah.
got, right?
Yeah. So, I don't know. Yeah, the movie's just doo doo. And then the worst crime of all is it gentrifies George Michael's Freedom 90. I didn't know it was possible, but it was done, and it's worse than it sounds. It's so bad.
Yep.
So I don't even that nailed my hatred of it, and I'm probably never gonna go back to Pitch Perfect after this. I have
No reason
zero
to.
motive.
Mm-hmm.
I am sorry if this is your comfort movies. Find a better one. I'm
Yep.
sorry. Just no.
It's not hard. It's a
Yeah, it's really
long
not hard.
list of better movies. Even
There's
just for
so many.
comfort, just sit down and have a laugh. Watch Adam Sandler. You could watch like what was oh my god, what was the Melissa McCarthy, Sandra Bullock like buddy cop film? Um
Oh, he
yeah, that was a great movie. Love that
or
movie. That's a
or
good one.
Yeah, or Spy. That's another Melissa McCarthy movie. It has the worst title of all time, but it's actually kind of
Yeah.
a fun. Um, but yeah, there's so many that are like, oh, this is just bad. I mean, bury this in the 2010s where it deserves. This
Well,
is
it's
this.
coming back, Nils, in a limited series event.
Oh yeah, so we'll see. I wonder how much of Joe Biden's budget proposal is going to that franchise. I don't even know. Isaac, what did you rate Pitch Perfect 3?
I think it was like 1.5.
Yeah. See, I was gonna give we almost had a matching score, but damn.
One day maybe. One day
But they had
maybe.
to do the George Michael thing, so it's a half a star.
Yeah, fair.
That
That's more than fair.
goes into the offensive tier, or offensively bad. But we did it. Um any takeaways of this trilogy, Isaac? I mean, we kind of just sort of said one of just like find a better
Um,
comfort movie, but I mean,
yeah, I don't know if I can ever forgive you for making me watch these, but time will tell.
yeah. So I mean, I don't got much else to say. Before we head out, Isaac, do you want to do the quick spreads for Thursday night, Sunday night? Oh wait, fuck, Thursday night already happened. For Sunday night and Monday night football.
I can, yeah, let me run down the games schedule 1 second. How many should I do?
I mean, we could just do
The prime times.
yeah, let's just do or we
Okay.
could each do like 3 games and then just
Okay.
go
Yeah, we
off
can do
that.
that. Yeah.
I'll let you
Let
pick one
me
first. Yeah, I need to
yeah,
find
sorry, let
the
me let me run at this. All right, so we're in week 13, right? Yeah, week 13, I think. Um, so there's a few there's actually a few pretty good matchups. I think
yeah, you do one. I'll let you.
well, I have to get my Jalen Hurts plug in, so Eagles Titans.
Mm,
Um, I think that's gonna be a surprisingly good matchup. I think
mm.
that the Titans struggling a lot this season to find some footing. Let me actually look up the
I can
let me
give you the
look up the
point spread
Vegas. No,
if
it's
you
fine. I
want.
got it. All right. So the Eagles and Titans are looking at a 4.5. So Eagles are favored by 4.5 points. I think you could probably safely get the Eagles here with like, in all honesty, I have a really good feeling about the Eagles. I think this is like, Jalen Hurts last week killed my Packers, which hurt, but I'm a huge Jalen Hurts fan. But
Yeah.
I think that he's really on a tear recently, and he's really trying to because he's like in the top four when it comes to MVP right now. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to bring it because he's been killing it this year.
Hmm.
Even after losing Tyreek Hill, it doesn't look like he's slowing down, which is insane.
Yeah.
Um, so that being said, I think Jalen Hurts is going to get a lot of ball time, like more than traditional because the Titans they're a really good rush defense, but they don't really have any like a lot of their defensive pressure comes from the interior defensive line, like their nose tackle, defensive tackle, and defensive ends. They don't have a lot of pressure off the edge, and their safety situation is good, but their cornerbacks are banged up. So I think it's going to be a big Jalen Hurts day. A lot of outside like option runs, a lot of scrambling, and a lot of passes away from
Mm.
Kevin Bird. So that's my big one. They're right now 4.5 point favorites. I would be willing to push that up to 6.5. I think they're going to win by over a touchdown.
Dang.
Um, Obviously, I think you're gonna cover that one, so I'm actually not gonna cover that. But what else do we got? I think
I can give
that
you one. I'm
oh
gonna
shoot, yeah.
take the Seahawks at
Mm,
the -7 right now because even though we always lose to the Rams, uh Matt Stafford is out. Aaron Donald is out like for the first time in his career.
yeah.
And like they have no receivers left on that, like, and the Seahawks offense has been great this year. So
Mm,
I can see them outscoring by a bit. And I think our defense actually might start to this will be a kind of a we were good. The defense was good in October, and then we kind of started to slip up since the Bucks game. But I think this will be a good way to just to kind of course correct, and I think easily win by more than a touchdown.
okay.
I would think. But
All right. I think. Do you think that? I mean, obviously Matthew Stafford's out. I forget. I think is it Walford who's
Yeah.
in? Yes. Do you think? Do you think they're going to focus more on the ground game like they did last week? Do you think because Wolford, he's like a little more familiar with the system? Do you think they're going to air it out a little bit? What do you think is going to happen there?
I mean, they should run it. Like the Seahawks defense, the run defense against the run is pretty dog shit. And
Yeah,
like they just don't like the Rams don't have any healthy receivers. I can't name a receiver that's playing. Like Van Jefferson, I think is now back. So like
yeah. Mm-hmm.
they should just run it and pray. I don't know
That's
what
fair.
else they would do. So
Okay,
yeah,
let's see. I think okay, yeah. And then do you think the Seattle offense? Do you think they're going to have their way?
that's why they should. I mean
Still a
I
tough
mean
defense even without AD.
yeah.
They
I
got
mean yeah,
Ramsey, Wagner,
Ramsey Wagner.
Rap. It's
I don't
all
know.
right.
Like our offense, besides like the one Cardinals game, and then like I think a 49, I like it's been pretty good. I don't know. I got a feeling. I got a
Okay,
feeling. So
good to hear.
yeah.
I think for my second game, I'm gonna pick Jaguars at Lions. Kind of a sleeper game, but I think that right now the Jaguars are barely favored. Um, I think the Lions are gonna run through them. I think the Lions are like in a mood right now. They're a very underrated team. They've been a little banged up, but they're for the most part healthy right now. Um, they're trying to prove that they're not, a traditional Detroit team, and I think that they're pretty I think they're going to take it, and I think they're going to absolutely run through the Jaguars. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to have one of his worst days, and I just see a Lions steamroll. That's it.
To make it interesting, I'm gonna take the Jaguars on this.
Oh, okay, cool.
After their big comeback, I mean, it's not hard this year, but after their big comeback against the Ravens,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the team's got a bunch of confidence right now. Trevor Lawrence is feeling good. The Lions. Is it in Jacksonville or is it in Detroit? I bet it's
Let
in
me
Detroit
find
if
out.
the
I
Lions
think it's
are
in Jacksonville. Yeah, no, it's in Detroit. You're right.
okay. Yeah, because of the No, yeah, I'm still gonna take Jacksonville with
Mm-hmm.
the 1 point spread. I just think they got a good amount of confidence. They'll keep that streak up to 2 win. I get a 2 win streak. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but
fair enough, right?
yeah, perfect. All
I
right.
think. Oh, I got one more.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Um, the big headliner one this week, which I hate how it's a headline. Browns Texans. It's no question the Browns are going to steamroll. I think it's going to be a
Oh,
shutout.
that's such an
Um,
easy pick. Yeah.
well, no, I'm just saying it because like it's significant, and I obviously the Browns are going to win, but I think like if you try dictating how much, I think it's going to be like they're going to win by over
Oh,
25 points. I don't think the Texans might get a field goal. I
oh
don't
wait.
think they're going to get more than that.
You're saying the Browns are gonna steamroll?
Oh yeah,
Oh, I beg to differ.
you think the Texans are going to win?
Yes.
Oh, you're on
Yes.
crap. No, 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 no. Please, you're
Dude,
joking. You're joking,
dude,
Nils.
the
No
Deshaun
way.
Watson is he's gonna be so bad. Like, come on. And like it's one of those games where like the players are gonna want to fucking win on the Texans side of the ball. Like I'm Deshaun, no, the Texans are winning that game.
I hope so. I hope so.
Unless
I hate
yeah.
Deshaun Watson. I really fucking hope he just gets embarrassed. But like, it's no.
It really just depends if Nick Chubb goes off. Like, but I really like even I know. I just think the Texans are gonna win it. Like this is their only win they've cared about this entire season. I bet it's been
Okay.
marked on their calendars. Like it's gonna be a complete emotional victory.
Okay. I think I see what you're saying, but at the same time, when you look at the Texans' offensive line, it is so historically bad. Worst line in the NFL. And that's
Mm.
saying something. They're worse than the Steelers, which is insane. And Kyle Allen is starting now, not Davis Mills. And it's just
Oh, I didn't know Kyle Allen was starting. Oh no. Okay, whatever. It's
Miles Garrett, Jadeveon Clowney
yeah,
off the edge
yeah.
on who's there? It's like Titus Howard, who's one of the biggest draft busts in recent years, and I don't even know who their left tackle is. It's gonna be a
They
bloodbath,
don't have
man.
Tunzel anymore.
Oh, they have Tunsil on the left tackle. Yeah, that's a good point.
He's pretty
So he's
good.
gonna he's gonna get Clowney, but that still leaves Miles Garrett on the right.
Yeah, no, yeah, they're fucked.
So
That's
yeah, we'll
funny.
see. But I listen. I really hope the Texans kill him.
Because
That would make my season.
what's the spread for that game?
Let me check.
Oh wait, I have it here. Where is it?
It is
Oh god, it's not that
Browns minus
big.
7.
Oh fuck.
That's not big
No.
at all, actually. Browns minus 7.
Oh, actually, it's
And the
probably
over under
smarter
is
to.
47 and a half.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
so much smarter to pick the Browns, but I'm just gonna take the Texans on that. Like, fuck it.
Like it's in my opinion, I think it's gonna be so big that I mean you saw our waiver wire pickups. I picked up the Cleveland Browns defense. They're the worst defense in the league right now. They're 32nd in fantasy.
Oof.
And I'm starting them because I know for a fact that this offensive line cannot come close to even touching Miles Garrett. Denzel Ward's going to be back there. Grant Delpit's going to be back there.
Yeah,
Everyone's going to be back there. It's going
yeah.
to be picks, sacks, turnovers. Damian Pierce absolutely has to go off if they want a chance, but I don't think it's going to be close, man.
Yeah, so I'll have to. Do they even have? Sorry, I don't know if you said it. Did they even have Brandon Cooks playing?
Yeah, I think he's been playing recently, but Denzel Ward's going to be shadowing him all game.
Oh
So
yeah, we'll see.
we'll see, man. We'll
We'll see.
see.
All right.
It's gonna be a
Well,
good weekend slate.
I'm
This
I'm
is
uh, I'm actually. Can you
you're
write
about
that
to
down, Isaac?
what?
Or I kind of want to keep those spreads in my. I mean, because I can't.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
in Washington, so I can't actually bet. So I'm not going to see any of those. But um,
yeah. I can write this down. So you think Jags are gonna win?
and then
Um, and then you think Seahawks are also gonna win?
yeah,
Okay.
they are though.
Yeah,
Perfect. All right. All good. Oh,
I think we're clear. Good luck in fantasy this week, Nils.
yeah.
Get that 1 seed. Get that money.
And if you're
This
still
is
listening to this, have a great weekend. And don't watch Pitch Perfect.
Don't watch Pitch Perfect. We just explained the whole series to you. You literally, there's no reason to.
Yeah, no need.
But good night, India.
That's
Is
a
most of
good
our viewer
ending.
base still in India?
No, I think there's just like it's like 25%.
Okay,
But
that's a quarter.
yeah,
That's a
not
big
Secor.
amount.